Hello, I'm Jeremy Gray, and this is the Kevin Wilson Show. On today's installment, we'll talk to the head coach about last weekend's game against Penn State and preview the upcoming contest against 19th-ranked Illinois. Rod Smith will be on the Nick's English Hut hot seat and an oh-so-entertaining segment called This is Indiana, where student-athletes will compete in an eating contest at Bub's Burgers here in Bloomington, right here on the Kevin Wilson Show. Coach, looking at that game against Penn State, the defense set the tone early. As we take a look at the highlights, Bobby Richardson was a young man who really had a good game and got it started off right with a big tackle to start the game off on the highlights.
Yeah, Bobby's first start, actually a D tackle that we moved to D in here in the last couple weeks. Here he is on their off tackle power, fighting in there and making the first play of the game. Nice stop. Again, we do a nice job here the first drive, get him here to 3rd and long. This is a 3rd and 9. Now we let them off the chains and they convert a first down. We need to tighten our coverage up a little bit. They're playing it down distance. Same drive still going. Got a little boot action here. We get a sack from Jeff Thomas off the backside. Need to get more sacks, and it was nice to get one there. Now again, we've got them 3rd and long. I think this is a 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7 play, whatever it is, and we don't line up in our coverage properly right there. Donnell's got to do a better job of overrunning that and playing that out breaking route. Again, good run inside. Nice play by Adam Raplogo, again, early here in their first drive. And I think they go down, get in scoring zone here. We're going to come up with an interception as this drive moves on. Here's a busted coverage. Now we got a corner sitting there looking in the backfield, not his play, letting the guy go by. So gave him a big play there. We got to take that. We're in position. Got a good call. That's not his responsibility. Nice job getting that ball out. Wasn't a fumble. Here's the end of this drive. Come back. They had a little batted ball, and here's Flo Harden, a freshman. His first start. Caught the thing inbounds. Had a nice return coming back. Our first play after that, little slant pass to Jamon Chester. His second game in a row starting. He's coming on for us in a good way. A little quick tempo play, vertical pass, Ted Bolzer. Got Ted going a little bit yesterday with some pass game that had been missing. A little bubble pass out to Jay McCants, another sophomore conversion there. So again, we're moving. I think we take this down to field goal range. Here's Mitch Ewald for a 49-yarder.
Pretty stout 49-yard kick right there. And
a little bit of a swirling wind there. So it's 2 weeks in a row. His kicking's been pretty solid for us there. Got a chance here, 3rd down, and we get a roughing the passer. They almost throw it to us for another pick. But that's 3 times that we've had him on schedule, let him off the hook. Here's the 3rd down. Nice pass break up there by Lawrence Barnett. Tighter coverage. That's what we want to see.
And there have been a couple of times over the course of this game in which the player who might have missed a coverage or assignment bounced back and had a big play defensively.
Correct, and that's what we want to see. There's Lee Rose after a punt there, coming up there with the fumble recovery for us. Here we get a long run, which we got him backed up there in long situation there, long field. We let him off the cuff. But here's good run defense right here. What we're looking for is 2nd down 4. Got him 3rd and 5. And there's just a lot more consistent play. We got a stop of that. Another good run stop here by Jeff Thomas, Mark Murphy, one of our young freshmen in there. Nice job there. Those guys on a little sprint draw they're running.
Jeff Thomas is a player who plays with a little violence in a good way.
In a good way, and again he did play. There's again another good coverage by Lawrence there. Them trying to go over top of us. So again, we're tightening things up. You know, we did give him a few things. There's a 3rd down again. Way too soft coverage by Lawrence that time. Again, one good play we like, a little inconsistent. We got to keep cleaning that up as we move forward.
But you look at the defense and going against a Big Ten team, really kept the team in it over the course of the game and really did well in the red zone situations.
Busted coverage right there, but what I like is the guy that busted it, Drew Harden, comes up and makes the next play, big stop. We hold him to a field goal. So we're in a single high man free, and one of our young guys jacked it up. Very fortunate there. Could have got that fumble and didn't, but we got him out of field goal range before the half. So go in 3-3 at half. And had battled, gave up some things offensively out of sync. This is a little disappointing here to start the second half. We talked about which way we want to kick, and we kick it out of bounds. We give them the ball on the 40-yard line. You're talking about our defense playing well. Here's, again, great response by the D. We give them great field position, cause them a poor kick. Great run defense right there going 3 and out. And that's what we need, teaching our guys how to respond as we play. Here's the 3rd down. They run a crossing route. Had got us on this earlier. Nice job breaking it up by Greg Heben right there on the tackle, forcing them to punt. After the punt, first play, turnover here by Stephen Houston on his own read by he and Dusty. Put the defense again in another horrible situation. Defense comes out, bows its back. Some pressure on the quarterback. Great hit by Jeff on the screen pass. Again, great job by our defense setting the tone for us. And our defense being put in a bad situation. Good job here on the quarterback draw. Darius Johnson right there. So again, defense getting put in a bad position, but battling, fighting. Hold them right here. We get a fumble here. Very opportunistic by us. Again, I think they're in the red zone 5 times. Had 3 field goals, and we caused 2 turnovers down there. So much improvement by the D. What I like here, now the offense finally clicked, and we got bad field position. We kind of helped the defense, punching out a couple runs. Here's Stephen Houston on a long run here outside, getting us out to the 35-yard line. Kind of stumbles there. Need to keep his feet, but again, some good momentum. Here's the 3rd down that we don't convert. We do. 3rd down here to DeMarlo Belcher. We flipped the field there with bad field position. They go a double move on us. We got double coverage, and we miss it. And again, had a nice call up. That guy should have been double covered. Tight end was running down the middle, open by our linebacker. So that's a huge swing. We cause a turnover. We punch it out. We give them a long field. They hit us on a cheap player. Nice job here by Mark Murphy on the pass breakup. Again, young guys battling hard for us. So a lot of strides, Jeremy, by those young players.
You mentioned Mark Murphy. You've also mentioned the Hardens, plural, a couple of times over the course of this segment, and they really played well in that game.
They did. Jarrell Drainer had an ankle injury. It was Chris Atkins that got in at the end there for us at safety again. But it's nice to get those 2 young guys involved, and they played well, and they'll continue to make plays as we move forward. Screen pass here, 3rd and long. Nice stop here in the 4th quarter. Got him in a 16-3 game right here.
A real nice and gutty drive here by Dusty Keel.
A nice conversion by Dusty. It wasn't there, and still get behind his pads. Nice quick read right there that left the tight end uncovered. Nice job popping the ball to Max Dedman. Again, a little scramble play improvised by Dusty. Shane went. If we make a block here, we might score. But nice job by Shane getting us down. We run the ball to the right, and then off that run, we got a little play action pass and hit Ted Bolger in the back corner on a little corner flat play. So now we got it 16-10 game. We elected to kick it deep to them. We thought we had our timeouts. They did pop a run, and we should be. We're in a blitz look there, angling out. Their defensive line went the wrong way and let them out the gate there. Missed assignment by our DN. Here's 2nd short of the same drive. Those 2nd one, great run defense. Would have loved that to happen 30 yards on the other side if we'd have made that stop earlier. We get them on a 3rd down stop. Have a chance at the end of the game, but can't quite get it done. 16-10. Great effort by the D. Some improvement. We still got a lot of work to do.
Looking at that Indiana defense, it's given up just 19 points in the last 90 minutes of football played. So big strides for the defense for the Indiana Hoosiers, and we're going to take a quick look at another segment called Behind the Scenes, and we're going to talk to some of the notable members of the Copper Bowl team that was in town this past weekend. It's got to be good to be back with the guys that went to the Copper Bowl team. It's got to be a fun weekend for you.
You know what? It is an absolute blast. The moment I sat down, it was as if I was playing football all over again. Got teammates, guys like Todd Walker, Mr. Mallow. Man, you know what? It's just I'm doing everything to hold back the emotion of this actual event.
Well, looking at you right now, you're still filling out the sport coat. Looks like you could play the second half.
Well, you know what? The reason why I have this sport coat on, because you don't want to see me without it.
Jason, got to hold the trophy, bring back a lot of memories?
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's been a long time, so it's good to be back.
Is that the old school Letterman sweater you got going on there?
This is my original letter sweater, 2nd year, so had to break it out the closet and bring it down.
Was it good to see some of the guys and see how well everybody's doing?
Oh, definitely, definitely. It's really good to be back. It's been a long time.
Paul, excited to be back, hoisting up that old trophy, seeing the old guys?
Outstanding. 1991 was just a phenomenal season for us, and capping it off by shutting out Baylor at the Copper Bowl. You couldn't have finished it no better.
I think a lot of people don't remember, Indiana was the underdog heading to that game, and you showed them what Big Ten football was all about.
Absolutely. Big Ten football was pretty good back then, and those guys down in the, I think it was Southwest Conference at that time, we showed up.
Looks like you could still move a blocking sled.
I can give them about 3 or 4 plays.
Coach, thoughts on this 91 Copper Bowl team that beat Baylor?
Well, they were a special group, really a fun group to coach, just a quality group of young men that were really focused, want to have a darn good season. And when we went in and played Baylor, I just had a good feel that we were ready to go out there and get the job done, and they certainly did. We went out and won that game 24-0, and Baylor was a darn good team. They'd been ranked in the top 10. They'd beaten Texas, and so it was a nice challenge, but they really rose up to the occasion and went and got the job done.
Dusty Kiel got his first career start against Penn State this past weekend, performed very well, and Coach had to be happy with the decision-making that Dusty had in that first game.
I thought Dusty did well. Welcome to the show here today, Dusty. Columbus, Indiana native, third-year player for us here, but your first year really getting a lot of action in the thick of it, big competition, yourself and Ed Wright Baker and Trey Roberson. Real quick, let's talk about preseason, the battles. One of the toughest things is being in a battle. Didn't go your way early as you followed through us. Let's talk about preseason real quick.
Preseason, I mean, it was new, obviously, coming in with Coach Wilson. You know what, like Ed, Trey, and myself, we all were battling. Had a competitive battle. Trey, I mean, he's coming in there first year. We're all getting to know him. He's fitting in very well. Also, me and Ed, you know, I feel like this quarterback controversy has been going on for a while. So, I mean, it just kept going, and we really started to fit in toward the end of it.
Well, and you talk about controversy. I see you guys together, like you played against each other in high school. You've been here together.
Yep.
Is as much a controversy as much as just two competitors pushing each other each day?
I mean, just two competitors, like you said. I mean, I grew up, we played against each other freshman year, and I mean, it's just, I've known him for a while, and we've developed and gradually in a really good friendship.
I see that from afar. I like watching you guys battle, and toughest deal now is when it doesn't go your way early. How'd you keep your attitude positive? Because, you know, we're doing some things in practice where even when the quarterback isn't playing, he still plays quarterback every play. He mentally takes the snap, does his drop, does his read, does his progression. How do you think those couple weeks prior to because the last 6 quarters, or last really 5 quarters, you've been our guy and made some shots for us. Talk about those first few weeks, in and out a little bit. How did you keep your attitude, keep working? Because you've done a great job. That's why you played well the last couple weeks here.
Well, honestly, like the seniors really grabbed me because going into it in the summer, I thought I was going to be the starter. Those guys really picked me up, kept me going, kept me motivated, and it's paid off. Well,
and again, let's talk about Penn State now. Big defense last week, stout defense. We had to throw it a lot. First start here at home. Your first career start against a quality team.
Yep.
Pitched around pretty good, gave us a chance in the game. We did struggle offensively with the run game, helping you out. We got to, again, help. The quarterback always looks good when those parts are around him are clicking. But how did it feel out there in that first game against a great team and going against those guys?
I was pretty nervous going into the game. But, I mean, once first couple snaps, you started getting a rhythm out there. And, I mean, slowed down a lot. And, I mean, I was just trying to have fun.
Last thing when they talk about slowing down, I've been telling our fans or the media, when you're playing quarterback, how there's really so much going on. One of the last things you're doing is playing quarterback. Talk about the week, the work week, the stress, the practice load, and then the game load. And the more you're doing this, the more comfortable, and the more you're going to play, the more comfortable it's going to be. There's so much room for you to keep growing as all our team keeps growing. Talk about that, all the workload that's on the quarterback's plate. That's not just throwing that ball out there to those receivers.
Well, I mean, Coach Wilson demands a lot of film work, obviously. But also just the scheme coming in early in the week that we get, just the new plays that are coming in along with the plays that we're already, we have already installed, so we have to know all those. Also just, I mean, like I said, just the film work and everything we're trying to get accomplished throughout the week and just to get a W on Saturday.
Appreciate the way you're fighting, battling last week, and we look forward to having a great game this week against Illinois.
For sure. Thank you, Coach.
Speaking of quarterbacks, on the hot seat, the Nick's English Hut seat is quarterback coach Rod Smith.
Welcome back to Nick's English Hut seat. Today we're interviewing quarterback coach Rod Smith. To the hot seat. You were an All-American quarterback. Can you still sling it?
Not like I used to. I'm officially retired, so I'm living the good life.
You're new to Bloomington. What's your favorite part so far?
I really enjoy the town itself. I mean, it's more of a southern hospitality, which is like kind of where I'm from, my family's from. Family's really taken to it. Son's actively involved in football, and so it's just been a great experience so far.
What is the most essential quality that you look for in a quarterback?
We obviously want a guy who's a winner. We want a guy who is tough mentally and physically. He's accurate. He can throw the football as well as hopefully he can move a little bit as well.
What's on your iPod?
On my iPod, I'm a little bit of mixture of hip-hop, rap, easy listening. So I go from anywhere from Duro to Little John to the Eagles. I'm all over the map a little bit.
It's a good mix. What about Coach Wilson made you want to work with him?
Well, I've known Kevin for a little while. So it's a lot of similarities and philosophies. So we've been friends for a little bit, but I also know he's got a great goal. He's got a great vision in terms of where he wants to take the program.
Do you have any hidden talents?
Hidden talents. I can't sing, I can't dance, so no, I don't.
We've got to take a timeout, but when we come back, Coach will talk about the upcoming contest against 19th ranked Illinois on the Kevin Wilson Show. Welcome back, Coach. This upcoming weekend in Bloomington, taking on what is a traditional rival of Indiana's, the University of Illinois, a team that's really on a roll, undefeated, ranked 19th in the country.
Yeah, Illinois is coming in playing very well. They've got a quality win against Arizona State, another top 25 team. They played really solid game. Western Michigan, quality team up MAC, threw it around like game a stern test. Really played well against Northwestern, battled back. Northwestern got up on them. Northwestern's got a solid team this year, so they're well tested coming in at 5-0. It ain't like they've just had a cupcake schedule. They're veteran quarterback Nathan Shieldhouse, quality player, can run. Got some skill kids with him. They can throw. Some quarterback run game, quality running backs. Defensively, very salty, very solid, creating turnovers. It'll be a tremendous challenge. We look forward to seeing. We keep making the strides, making improvements, and see if we can get ourselves in position to start winning some of these games. We need to win this one this week.
Looking at Illinois over the first 5 weeks of the season, they appear to be a really physical offensive team.
They are, and they're big up front. But again, their running backs, as always, they've always had good running backs at their school through years. They play behind their pads, get downhill. They'll have some north-south running game. They're well coached. I know their coaches on both sides of the ball, and they're playing quality ball on both sides. They're physical defensively as well. Pretty good defensive line. So when you say physical to me, it's just not the big guys in the O-line or their tight ends. They're receivers and running backs. They have a good brand. We kicked it up a little last week. We got a lot of work to do. We'll need to match our intensity and even be better this week against these guys.
So Indiana taking on the University of Illinois this upcoming weekend at 2:30 at Memorial Stadium. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll check out a segment called This is Indiana. There are about 600 student athletes at Indiana, but no two teams have healthier appetites than football players and swimmers. We'll see who can eat more next on This is Indiana.
We're here at Bub's Burgers and Ice Cream in Bloomington, home of the notorious Big Ugly Burger Challenge, to see who can eat 2 big ugly burgers, an IU football player or an IU swimmer. 90% of people finish the first burger and get a 4x3 picture on the wall.
I think the youngest is 8 years old. He's on the wall twice here in Bloomington, but there's people on the wall multiple times, so it's crazy.
Most people that try it finish it successfully. It's just a matter of how hard they're willing to work for it.
So it starts out at 22 ounces pre-cooked, then based on medium well cooked goes down at 16 ounces full pound, and then the bun itself is a half pound. So not including cheese and roughage, it's about 1.5 pounds at least.
On the right side is Josh Hager, offensive lineman for the IU football team, who can bench 340 pounds. On the left side of the table we have IU swimmer John Schnittke, who swims 15,000 meters and eats 8,000 calories a day. Who will be the first to finish not 1, but 2 big uglies? The swimmer speeds ahead, ploughing through his first burger before the football player has even finished half.
I'm going to have to go with the swimmer.
He's doing
Yeah, he is. He's been ahead the whole time, so.
I'm really proud of him right now. I think he's doing a great job, great pace. I think he's going to win, actually.
The athletes begin their second course, but soon begin to struggle.
It was tough, but it wasn't that hard. I mean, it was just eating. I love to eat, so it's pretty easy for me, but just didn't have enough room for it all.
With the football player out of the competition, the swimmer's fans cheer him on. But the big ugly has taken another victim, and our swimmer surrenders with only a few bites left.
Really full.
Really full?
Yeah, couldn't do 2, but I'll probably be back.
I thought the football player might do it. Yeah, I thought he would, but it's not about necessarily the amount. Sometimes it's the speed. Sometimes the faster you eat, the easier it is. And these guys kind of went their own pace, which is fine, but yeah, it's bad how it can turn out sometimes.
From Bub's Burgers in Bloomington, I'm Kaz Tanner, and this is Indiana.
You good?
That wraps up this week's show. Tune in next week when Coach will recap the game against 19th ranked Illinois. We'll preview the upcoming contest for Indiana. We'll take a look at what's going on campus with our This is Indiana segment. We'll go behind the scenes with Indiana football next week on The Kevin Wilson Show.